Chairman. This bill, which is at the committee stage now, is a long way along the track of a very lengthy process. We remember last year when a bill was passed under urgency without the public having a referendum or a say on what was happening to their 7 local bodies and the regional council. Since that time, the Labour opposition has worked constructively to make sure we get the best legislation we can out of the changes that are happening to Auckland. That doesn't mean to say we agree. In fact, we bitterly disagree on many parts. But I must say the Labour Party and the Greens really worked constructively to try and improve it. What disappointed me in the last bill, this present bill, was there was virtually no representation from the Maori Party. One member popped in for a few minutes to put in a minority report from that party. And I think that's one of the things that are troubling Aucklanders, because the Maori issue is a very big issue. If you live in Auckland and you see the makeup of the people there, then I think Maori people have been harshly treated, not only by the government, but one of their key members, the Maori Party. And we hear the 2 aspirants for the mayoral job talking about this. And of course, what people in Auckland do not like and do not understand is how come 7 local authorities can change so that about 75% of their work is taken up by council-controlled organisations, CCOs. And of course, people think that amount of rate money is going to be spent in a way that isn't very clear. I remember Auckland City Council making charitable payments many years ago where they used to, under the counter, send the council some money that was not transparent. And I think that's one of the things that people are concerned about, that there be sufficient transparency. And to that end, I've put in an SAP, and which I'll talk about a little later on, which will make sure that all of the 7 CCOs do have meetings so that the public can understand more fully their roles in the governance of Auckland. There are many people in Auckland who are very keen about what's about to happen. Not keen in the sense that they necessarily like it, but keen to find out more. People like Penny Bright. And if she goes to every CEO meeting and gets arrested many times, well, there'll be plenty of people saying, good old Penny. But we need people who keep an eye on. And that's one of the great things about democracy. You have people who keep an eye on things. We need people to be determined not to let their rights be swept under the table. And it was really good on the Select Committee because there was a really good partnership where we could work together to make sure that ordinary people who came along in vast numbers were heard. Now, not necessarily understood all the points taken up by everyone, but they were listened to, and I think it's one of the best select committees from the point of view of listening to people. I think the Labour Party most certainly got its membership well acquainted with the problems that Auckland faces and the change over to something vastly different. This is a huge change to local government, and I suppose the 1989 changes
Phil Twyford,